Tune in every night, Carlos and Jay, alright. Talking love so bright under the studio lights. Dating tips galore, they're never a bore. Laughing till we're sore, tuning in for more. Love in black and white, they keep it loose and tight. Putting love back in sight with every funny bite. Relationships they break, from real to all that's fake. These guys never flake, always make you stay awake. Love in black and white, Carlos J take flight. Keep your love in mind so right, every single night. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear.
Yeah, I got it in just right as we were going live. I don't know if you saw it, Carlos. Nobody else knows what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an Instagram plug. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week we try and put the love back in you right. You do your little fucking hearts thing, Carlos. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. And as usual, we have the co-host, the Black de Bergerac, part-time famous, full-time funny Carlos Anthony.
That would be me. That would be me. I was trying to, it didn't do it. Now.
How the fuck do you do that? Where's that at?
It's on my Mac. It just comes up as an option on my Mac.
I'm on a fucking Mac. I'm on a Mac too. Return to the Mac.
All good. What's happening?
Man, it's been it's been 2 weeks since we
No, we were here last week.
Oh, okay. Did you have this fucking stank attitude last week?
I was here last week. Don't you remember?
Yeah. Man, it all blends together. We got podcasts popping off. We got shows. We got travel. We got holidays. We got family. We got all kinds of shit going on.
It's going down, but it's all good. It is all good. Everything, life is fantastic right now.
It is, right? Isn't it? It is. It is.
It is. It is, man. So you got to keep that positive energy going. Let me get my energy up. I'm in the game now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You catching up to me. I've had my caffeine. Giddy up. And he hates it. Carlos hates it when I'm like, I got my caffeine, and he's like, oh fuck, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, we had a and when I say we, I mean Carlos and myself and our families. We had a great 4th of July. We hosted here, Angel and myself, and Angel's kids were all here. Carlos was here. Carlos's son, Cameron was here. Cam. Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. Holy,
just hit the jackpot.
Yeah, you heard that. Yeah. And Sean came over, the Mechanable. It was a good time. We drank and we had some food and libations. Is that what the fucking word is?
It is libations. Yeah.
Man, I pulled that one out from fucking maybe freshman year of high school. And we played Uno, and the fucking the Simmons family kicked the shit out of the household. Carlos won one of the victories, and his son won 3 of the games. So it was a good time, and we're back, and we got some great topics for you as I bring them up. Actually, I got it up here on my fucking Google Keep.
Google
Keep. 11.
That's that caffeine.
Giddy up. I put on here, I don't know if we talked about this before, but I put something underneath it. But when planning for a first date, what is a reasonable first date budget? Did we go over that before?
I believe we did. I think we did that last week, as a matter of fact.
Perfect, because I got the follow-up to
Follow-up
it.
question to it.
This
Okay.
is planning a date when you're broke.
Okay.
And I was going to give an example of back in the day when I was a broke young man. Some of the things I didn't have a car till I didn't even get my license till I was like 21, just because I was like, I didn't have a car, so I was like, what the fuck is the point of a license? But I did this one time. This is a great way for your partner, your lady, your man, whatever you go for,
Whatever your pleasure.
your partner. We'll just say whoever you're going on this date with. This is a great way to make them excited, feel involved, and then also not have to spend much money. But what I did is I was going out with this girl, and I did kind of like a choose your own adventure date, but all the adventures. Hey, get out of there, Paulo. Fucking sorry, this shit dropped in the background, and now the dogs are all get out of here, fuck off. It's like a choose your own adventure date, but as the person that's broke, I had all the adventures pre-selected. So what I did is I had this is so long ago, but I had like 3 segments, and I had 3 options for each segment. So there was like what we were going to do, where we were going to eat, and then I think there was one other thing, like what we were going to do after dinner. But I set up, like I made sure that all the restaurants were fucking pretty cheap, and you don't even have to, you could do it without a restaurant. But what I did is when we met, I was like, okay, you're gonna pick our date tonight. And then the girl at the time was just like, wait, what? And at first she was like, she didn't like the sounds of it because she thought it was like I didn't plan anything.
Broke ass.
Yeah, exactly. How you gonna ask me out and have me make the date? But then I presented her. I was like, first, what we're gonna do right now here, and it was like, I had three things. I was like, you select one, and obviously, she's seeing the back of it, so she doesn't know what it says. Mm-hmm. So then she picks one, and it was like, it could be like, we'll go to the park and walk around and talk, or whatever, or go down to the waterfront, whatever. And then the next one is like, you're going to pick where we're going to go eat. And so then she picked one of the restaurants, again, pre-selected to not be too expensive. And again, you could have something else for the second thing. And then the third one, mm-hmm. What are we going to do afterwards, is like, 3 options of whatever it was. Like, I don't know if we went to like one of them could be like a penny arcade or a nickel arcade, whatever, one of those, like, you can keep it pretty cheap. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And, and she loved it though. And I mean, in the whole evening, both of our dinners and everything, I think was under $100 for everything.
Oh, that ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all. And again, you can take out certain stuff, but where you don't have to spend anything, and just do some of the public, views or whatever. But she loved it because she's like, oh, this is it shows you put time in and you used your imagination and took some time to plan it out.
Wait, I'm broke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she didn't even realize I was like,
I ain't got no money.
Now, keep in mind, she had to drive everywhere because I didn't have a car at the time.
Well, small price to pay. Price to pay.
No, but that's just a little. It's to our young listeners out there. If you are wanting to take somebody out and you're like, well, fuck, I don't have a lot of money. That's something you can do. Like it's again, it goes back to kind of what you have said a lot in relationships, putting in the effort, because the fact that you took the time to think these out, again, like it impressed the little female that I was going out with at the time. And it never once came up like, wait, this motherfucker didn't spend any money,
Because when people don't go into a situation looking for you to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, then they tend to have a better time just enjoying the moment of what's happening and being present. How about that? And so
Yeah.
I think that's the key environment to that is as long as they can be present and they're not there for something greater than financially, then people understand. People understand.
Absolutely.
But it's a dope concept to not only if you broke, just to step outside the box and be creative and come up with something that doesn't cost a lot, that shows, hey, listen, you put some time and thought into it, so let's see how this unfolds. And if she
Absolutely.
can enjoy that, then if you do have money, the next time you level it up. You're like, okay, well, shoot, we had such a good time last time. Let's see what happens on this other side too.
Or you just keep doing it until she finally says something.
Right.
Be like, we've been dating for 10 years now, and you always got these choose your own adventure dates that fucking we don't ever go anywhere. We've been to the park 20 times in the last.
And we haven't
years.
seen it all, baby. Have you seen the Red Robins in the summertime?
Come on, baby.
Right. That's all is happening. But it's that's a dope thing. I have never been on a broke date. No, I'm lying. I mean, I think it all boils down to creativity. You got to think outside the box, especially when you know your finances, and you don't want to take somebody somewhere where you just like they start ordering, you start calculating immediately, like shit. I don't think I'm gonna, because that can get real embarrassing. If you sitting there and she ordered the $50 lobster and you ain't got but $57 in your bank account.
Dude, I remember this. I was living in Seattle, and me and this girl, I think we were going to go to a movie or something. And but we met at Jazz Alley. So this little jazz club, right? And this is so far back. This is back when I had a debit card, but it didn't have a Visa MasterCard thing on it. It was just a debit card that you could only get money if you went to an ATM, right? Couldn't use it like a credit card. So we met at this Jazz Bones, and she got like a drink. We both got a drink, and I think nothing crazy, 2 drinks. And I had a little cash on me. I had but if I remember right, Jazz Bones had like a $25 just to sit there, and then the drink on top of it. So it was like $50 plus our drinks. And I was like,
oh, that 25 was per person.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm thinking. I think that's what it was. Again, this is probably 20 plus years ago. But anyways, I remember she got up. She was like, "Oh, I'm going to use the restroom, and then we can go." And I was like, the waitress had just brought a bill. I get the bill, and I'm looking at it, and in my head, I'm like, "Oh fuck, I might be fucked." So I'm digging in my pockets. I'm literally counting change out, like. And I just got it. I just got to the amount that was the bill, but I don't think I couldn't leave a tip. I mean, if I did, it was under $1, whatever it was. And I literally was telling the waitress, I was like, I am so sorry. I had no idea about all this. She's like, it's fine. And I was like, I had no idea. And as soon as that chick walked out of the bathroom, I was like, okay, cool, let's go. All right, come on, let's go. Don't look at the fucking
get out of here before you order something else.
Go on now, go on, shoot. Don't look at the fucking change on the table.
They're kicking us out, baby. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, it happens, man. But that's life, man. Especially the early on stages of dating when you just trying to establish yourself, but you also want to be around somebody. You want to be able to have the company of a partner. You like, man, I gotta figure this thing out economically, because if not, I'm screwed. So
now, do you have it? That just reminded me of another joke, or no, not even another joke, another date. Jesus Christ, too much caffeine.
Spit it out.
I know, guy, come on, you mush mouth motherfucker, mumbling bitch. It reminded me of another date that is a pretty crazy. But I was going to ask you, what are your non-starters? Like, what are your not even red flags, but if you hear this come from somebody that you're potentially going to date, whether it's I do meth. I'm obviously doing an extreme, but if they're like, so I smoke meth or whatever, what are some things that for you are like, all right, there's no way we could ever date. I'm out.
I mean, since you said start off with cigarette smoking, that's immediate out. I don't. It's just that because it's that lingering smell that just never goes away. It's in your clothes, it's in your car, it's in your house. So no, I'm good on that. We feel that when we go to the casino, it's like, man, this shit is just lingering. And so,
I'm smoking is one for me also, cigarettes, because I'm allergic to cigarette smoke. I get like the same symptoms of like I'm getting sick. It fucking sucks.
So that's one that's at the top of the list. And then somebody who just doesn't, I guess, appreciate life. And I say that with the caveat of saying always complaining from the start. Like before we even get to doing stuff, it's always something's always an issue. It's like, okay, well, no, I'm good. I'm good, because you already know what the date is going to be like. It's going to be sitting around, and if we're going to go out to a nice spot, or even a not so nice spot, this on an economic level, that you complaining, I'm good. I'm good. So not too many other. I don't have too many other hard no's.
What if they do hard drugs?
I mean, you ain't doing cocaine and crack.
Cocaine. Cocaine? No. Okay.
Because those things lead to. I mean, it potentially fucks with your body and your mindset, how you respond to things. So if you can't keep a level head because you locked in on something else, it's cocaine or whatever. Nah, we good. I'm good on that.
Yeah, the what made me think of that question. I can't remember if I told this about the girl that smoked or that sold crack.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That girl was fine. I was like, and then she was like, oh, because she kept being mysterious about what she did for a living, and then finally I was like, what, are you a stripper? Or I don't, whatever. And so she's like, oh no, I sell crack, and I was like, okay. And then fucking rolls down her underwear, brings out a bag, and I was like, I'm out. I told her, I go, hey, I don't judge, I'm not judging you, but it's just, I can't, for me, I'm just not comfortable with it. I was like, I come from a family of cops, and then I watched her walk away, and just one small tear because she was fine. And I was like,
I mean, because that's a whole different other element to that too. Is that I don't know what comes with that with you. Meaning, like you said, law enforcement, is it some dude looking for you? I don't know, man. I'm not.
Do you have a boss that I need to worry about?
I don't want to be out and some dude run up on us because you out here slanging cocaine, or you owe him money for the cocaine you do. I don't want to do that. I'm good. Thank you though.
Thank you, but no. Did we do what does loyalty mean to you?
Yep.
Okay. And then, we got one from Victoria. Let me open this up. And Victoria gave this to us last week. So let me cue it up, and then we will watch it. And 1 second here. We present. And we share screen. And we share this. Okay, you got it? You see it?
Yep.
All right. You remember this?
I do remember this, but go ahead and play.
All right. Let me.
One cleaner, maybe 5, 6.
All right, here we go.
Let me ask you this: how long would it take for you to clean my entire mansion?
It depends on how many cleaners you want me to hire. One cleaner, maybe 5, 6 hours. 2, 3 cleaners, they finish in 2 hours.
My dear, if we're dating and I'm paying the rent, I expect you to clean the house.
Okay, my dear, if I was not there, who would be cleaning your house?
Well, I would hire someone to.
And you would pay that somebody, right? And would that somebody be also loving you and cuddling you and hugging you, or you would have to go and pay for that as well? Why am I doing free labor for you?
Well, it's not about that. It's about
Okay. First of all, Victoria sent us this. Shout out to Victoria. Probably 2 of the worst actors I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
But I love that the dude is like a Andrew Tate knockoff.
Right, pretty much.
All right, sorry, let me keep going. All right.
Have you seen those nails that you still did not pay for yet? Do you think I want these to be cleaning, scrubbing your toilet? No.
What about when I'm paying for your nails to be done?
Okay. And what about when I have to sit there and deal with you every single day? You don't pay for my mental state, do you?
I can get you a therapist.
Yes, and I can get you a cleaner.
Okay, Victoria wanted us to react to this or go over it. So I don't know if she's like, is she wondering what our thoughts on our, if was real?
I think it went back to, we were having that discussion last week as to what the roles were if a man was working and he was bringing in what was the woman's role when he got home or while he was away working. So I think she kind of played off of that. So I get where that is going. However, in this horribly acted situation, she mentioned he has a mansion and he all that. Well, in that particular case, yes, I wouldn't expect a woman to be in there cleaning up 5, 6, 7 bedrooms a day. That doesn't make sense. However, again, what are you bringing to the table outside of sitting on your ass and waiting for me to give you the check so you can go shop? Because that's what that woman in this particular situation said. Oh, God, well, look at my nails. I don't give a damn about your nails. What are you doing what are you bringing to the house? So in that situation, she didn't say anything other than, well, again, it's horrible acting. Oh, I have to deal with you. Am I gonna get therapy? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with me if I'm paying all the fucking bills and you just sitting on your ass. We both need therapy because I need a psychiatrist for why I'm fucking doing this.
Yeah, no shit.
So yeah, we both go to couples therapy then because one of us is stupid.
Yeah, or fucking a divorce lawyer.
Absolutely, and that's too much. That's too much, man. It's again, if you have it if you're living life at that level where you're like, money is not an object, it's nothing. I get where a woman can come in and just be like, well, I don't have to work. But then again, what are you doing to add value to the household outside of you being pretty, which she wasn't? So in my opinion, I did.
No, I got you.
With your viewers or whatever. But outside of that, what are you adding value? How are you adding value to this house? So that's an issue I would have a big problem with.
Yeah, it's just the guy fucking, yeah, the acting's horrible, but I do like that he's trying to look like Andrew Tate. It's so funny. Yeah, I mean, like, you go, oh, what are you doing? And she'll be like, I'm calling the cleaners for you. You're like, oh, great. So you're an assistant. You're like, what the fuck?
You just said it. You're an assistant, and then if that's the case, then I can go hire me an assistant to do that, and I don't need you in my house because 9 times out of 10, I'm assuming this is my house, not yours. And again, I don't say that in any negative, judgmental way about women who do that. Great, but have something that you are bringing to that household, or you're nothing more than a prostitute.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to call it.
I agree.
So, you're getting paid for your services.
Now, did you have anything on this week that you wanted to go over?
I don't think I had that much. Man, it's been so crazy the past week and a half, man. But I'm gonna come up with some good ones for next week because I think some things are brewing. I don't mean date wise. I'm just talking about. I'm just watching I just watch how people do business, for lack of better words. And when I say that, I mean how they respond and how people believe that other people should react to them, even though they aren't doing anything. And I think we've kind of touched on that before. I don't deal well with people who live in a negative mindset. So if that's your stance in your personal life, then a relationship will never work.
Well, I actually was gonna, because you are so for those that don't know, Carlos is he's very well read, college graduate, much smarter than me, and very positive. Like and that definitely has rubbed off on me. You being smart has not rubbed off on me because I don't. But no, but they I'll send Carlos now stuff like motivational stuff and stuff. So that's definitely it's good to have a friend like Carlos in your life. But so Angel, like, Angel's very much about like Zen and she's about positive and her calling is wellness, you know, like she's always said that. And for the longest, I've been trying to get her to post videos. I like start out with once a month, even or once a week, or you know, and eventually get to maybe daily, whatever. And it's always basically I put in here, how do you support your partner when they don't take the advice that they're asking for? Yeah, that's where, because like we just, sorry, I know I just asked you and then I'm already interrupting you, but like we just were talking about it the other night, and because we're up for like a little behind the scenes, we're up for, Carlos knows about this, possibly going on this reality show. And I was telling her, I'm like, you should be posting shit now, because if we do get chosen for this reality show, and I mean, not that we're going to be on for a whole bunch of time, but if people are vibing with her, oh shit, where can I, you know, she's a wellness coach or whatever, where can I see her stuff? And then they could go to her site, and if there's all this stuff that she's had been posted, oh fuck, this is great, she does this every week or every day or whatever. But now they'll just go to it and be like, oh, okay, it's just any other Instagram page.
Well, I think from that approach, I mean, you almost have to take the stance of, I'm going to help you start it, physically help you start it. We're going to sit here, we're going to pick out a time and a date that we're going to do this one day a week at this particular time. I don't care what's happening. I'm here to support, because that also, to me, it shows another side of support, is that, hey, I don't know, maybe, and I'm not saying about Angel, maybe some people are scared to start it. They don't know how to start it. Sometimes you just got to do it. So sit down with her and be like, hey, listen, let's just go ahead and do this. You got it. We can filter through how you word it, or however you want to, what the objective is that you're trying to get across. But let's do it. Let's take 30 minutes. That's all it takes. It's 30 minutes. And let's do something. And I think she'll feel better about it too, because then both of y'all are doing it together to start off with, until she can get the hang of it and take it from there.
You know what? I like that. I'm gonna present that tonight. I'm gonna say like Sunday, even whatever, you know, whatever day we'll figure it out. And
because here's the thing, we have those. A lot of times we are busy, but we claim to be busier than what we are, and we do have those down times where we watching movies or watching TV or fucking scrolling and doing other stuff. Take 30 minutes out of that time to be like, hey, all right, let's sit down, and you talked about you wanted to do this. I want to help you to do that so that you can start getting your footing on that. Let's take this 30 minutes while we're sitting there on the couch watching this show, pause the show. Let's do this real quick, and then we get back to the show. But it's just taking some initiative to say, let me carve out to make the time to do it, because we have the time.
Yep. Yeah. And one thing I'm going to be like, this is what you have to do before that, though, is like, what do you want to talk about? You know, and even format it or whatever. And then we can go from there. Like, we need direction on, okay, that's you actually, see, you fucking help me. So now I have a fucking idea where to go. See, Carlos?
And I think the other point to this too is not to overthink it. Like because you and I, or you are definitely more detailed, and that's what I get from you. You're very detailed about stuff when you get, especially when you're dealing with your comedy. Is I do this, and this every week. This is how I do it. She may not be that way. So that part is where you're gonna have to branch off and kind of meet in the middle as to, how do you, like you just said, how do you want to do this? I don't want to step on your toes and give you the formula for whatever you are doing for you. So how you want to do this, I'm here to help, but let's just do it. We just have to do it.
That's fucking perfect. Perfect, Carlos. and you have a gig tonight, and that might be the perfect place to end it. We can do our plugs.
And then we go and get ready. Get my young boy squared away before I head out.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Cameron. Baby Cam. I used to say Baby Miles for fucking man. All right, what do you got coming up?
I'm at Wise Guys tonight. I am at Fremont something tomorrow.
You're at Wise Guys tonight?
I'm a Wise Guy. LA Comic Club. Did I say Wise Guys? I'll tell you, man. I need the caffeine now. LA Comedy Club tonight. Fremont. Actually, pretty much Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Next week I'm on a couple of Don't Tell, well, On a Don't Tell, Off the Rails. You know, it's a lot. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. Go to part-time. God,
Jesus Christ.
Parttimefamous.com. I'm going to give me some caffeine.
And I will this weekend, I will be in Sacramento this weekend. Laughs Unlimited, one of my favorite clubs and owners. Shout out to Jen, the best. That's this weekend. Next weekend, I'll be in Spokane, Washington, another great club and one of the clubs that I kind of grew when I was living in Seattle.
It would have been nice.
Part of their family. Spokane Comedy Club. I'll be featuring for Jeff Garland from Curb Your Enthusiasm. But Sunday the 20th, Spokane. Need people there. That's I'm headlining one night, Spokane, 20th July. I'm talking like Yoda for some reason. And then July 25th, I will be in Beverly, Mass. One show, Boston's Best. I'm going to be out in Massachusetts for a wedding, and I'm doing that Friday show at Off Cabot in Beverly, Massachusetts. Go to bigrsj.com for tickets. And until next week, we'll keep trying to put the love back in you right.